Madam Hagrass. Sana made the comment about nothing about us without us. Now, as you stated, it is not just a slogan, but it's a legal standard. Could you dilate a bit more on this slogan and CRPD's role in ensuring that states not only embody this slogan in letter, but spirit as well, especially developing countries?
Good evening, everyone. I'm honored actually to be amongst all of you, and I'm really happy that I managed to make it until Pakistan to enjoy your company and give you some insights how the international level works and how we relate between the regional and the local level. As I was asked to discuss the major slogan that has been going for more than 20 years of nothing about us without us, let me start with that because it will summarize maybe the practical life that both my colleagues brought up in a few and more concise way. As the Special Rapporteur of Persons with Disability, it is an honor for me to be in this session and to enjoy discussing the topics, the different topics that will be brought up amongst us. When we are talking about nothing about us without us, we are capturing two obligations that sits at the heart of disability framework, which is participation and evidence-based action. Under international human laws, and particularly the Convention of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, for short we say CRPD, states must ensure that persons with disabilities are involved in the decision-making that affects them. So here is the first key, participation. We have to be present when policies and legislation are written about our lives. This is the first part. The second part is that we have to use right-based data. We cannot imagine what are the needs of persons with disabilities and start putting policies or laws if we don't have real proper data in our hands. So actually, nothing about us without us is not a slogan alone. It is a legal standard. We have to put it and really perform legal standards on what we are talking about. The CRPD requires states to closely consult with persons with disabilities and actively involve them in the decision-making through the representative organization in the development and implementation, and please let us underline the word implementation, of legislation and policies, and in other decision-making processes concerning their lives. It is our lives, not somebody else. So when we are consulted, we are giving a decision about our lives, and we are not ready to leave this in the hands of somebody else. It also requires states to establish governance, monitoring frameworks that embedded participation and accountability. I think this sentence is very important. If we are going to have legislation, we are going to have policies, we need to have implementation. We cannot skip one step, because what usually happens in different countries is that, yes, we sign, ratify conventions, we sign and ratify protocols, we sign and we do this and that. On the regional level, we do the same. And then when we have the law, we don't provide the regulations that implements the law on the very, very basic grassroots level. So if we have a law without the bylaws, without the regulations, then it is not applicable. There is no way that you can take a law and ask the small clerk in any province to really provide you with the advantages or the services that is supposed to be there, because he doesn't have his own tools to really apply it. So you, as the legal and jurist people, you are the ones to start having these laws in the real basic forms that are really being possible to implement. If it is not done, then the law stays up there and people stay down there, and there are no threads in between the people and between the law so that it can really work. So this is very important, and I think this is where we should work together, and where we should work on the local level together. So, having the framework and having the participation and having the accountability is what is really important. If persons with disabilities are absent from the table, policies and predictably will produce barriers. If somebody else is to do the job for us, we will have other barriers, new barriers, maybe different barriers, but we are not going to have the solution as if we sit together and decide on how to do it. But participation must be matched by the ability to count in any way and then advance the rights. The CRPD makes it explicit. Article 31st, which is the ruling convention for the globe. Article 31 obliges states to collect appropriate information, including statistical and research data, to formulate and implement policies that give effect to the convention. So we need the information, we need to implement it so that we can really apply the convention and the different laws, and to identify and address the barriers facing persons with disabilities.